Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here, and I have another manga tag video for you today. I wasn't tagged, but InsidiousSwede, another manga YouTuber, made this tag and he said it was open. I thought I would do it because it seemed like fun. I will have a link in the description to InsidiousSwede's tag so you can watch the original one, and he gives credit to the initial person who created this tag. Unfortunately, I forget her name, but yeah, I'm just going to start, and I think these questions are interesting. I hope you guys enjoy it. So the first question is, what manga are you reading right now? And I'm reading a bunch of manga right now. Now, the series that I am currently reading on a weekly basis are Shokugeki no Soma, My Hero Academia, One Piece, Haiku, Yamada and the Seven Witches, which I don't have the volume for, Fairy Tail, and Kingdom. This doesn't come out every week, but I'm up to date on it, so whenever there's a new chapter, I read it. And then I'm also reading World Trigger, Black Clover, and The Promised Neverlands. Those are the series that I'm reading every Monday when the new chapter comes out. And then in addition to that, I am also rereading To Love Ru online, and I finished JoJo Part 2 Battle Tendencies just the other day, and I've started reading Rave Master again. Like I've gotten back into Rave Master and I'm trying to finish it. So those are the series that I'm currently reading. Right now it's really Rave Master. I am trying to finish that series. Okay, so the next question is, what is your guilty pleasure manga? And that would have to be To Love Ru Darkness, which is the sequel to Love Ru. Hopefully I will remember to have some sort of picture up on the screen so you guys can see it. I love To Love Ru, and there is a lot of fan service in To Love Ru, but I never felt guilty about reading it just because you just get so attached to the characters, and as I'm rereading it, I'm discovering that there's not as much fan service as I thought there was. Maybe it's only because I'm only 30 chapters in, and maybe it just slowly builds up. But To Love Ru Darkness takes the fan service to a whole new level. Like, nothing's censored. Like, so it's kind of a guilty pleasure. I will admit it. But I've also, since I read To Love Ru, and I love the characters so much, I wanted to stay in this world, and I wanted to keep reading a series about those characters. So To Love Ru Darkness would have to be my guilty pleasure manga. The next question is, have you ever cried reading the manga? No, but I think the times that I have come close is Barefoot Gen. I talked about this on my channel in the video. Maybe I'll have a link to that. Barefoot Gen, for those of you who don't know, is about the story of a kid in Japan, in Hiroshima, when the United States dropped the atomic bomb, and just what he went through. In particularly, I remember crying during this, like, the second volume, just like the aftermath right after the bomb, and all the people, like, they have to burn all the dead bodies, and it's really, really sad. I remember trying to read this at night before going to bed, and I just couldn't. Like, it just made me really sad. And it's just a really heavy read. And I remember there was one other part in Barefoot Gen Volume 7 where they were reading a story about the bomb that some other person had wrote, and it just really, really gets to you. And I don't know if I actually cried, but I think I definitely had tears in my eyes. And Barefoot Gen, I've said this in another video, but it's a great manga, but it's sometimes really hard to get through, and it makes you think about a lot of stuff. On to a more happy topic. Question 4 is, what is a manga you like in a genre you don't usually read? And for me, that would have to be Library Wars. I don't usually read shoujo manga, but there's just something about this manga that I really, really like. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a manga that I need to buy more of. I only have one volume, but Library Wars. So question 5. Pick either Seinen manga, shoujo manga, or shounen. Seinen, shoujo, or shounen. I would probably have to pick shonen manga. Most of the manga that I really like are are shonen. There are some seinen that I really like Kingdom that I mentioned earlier is a seinen manga, and I do like seinen manga, but I'm just gonna go with shonen because most of the manga that I like are shonen, and I don't know, shonen just appeals to me. But I just like, I was gonna say I just like good manga, but I don't know. I don't really care what genre. If it sounds like it interests me, I will pick it up. Like I don't care if it's a shoujo or whatnot, but I'll just say shonen because I typically read shonen mangas. The next question is, what is your favorite manga world and why? So I had two answers for this. I mean, there are tons of manga worlds that would be awesome to live in. Like One Piece would be probably a lot of fun. But I decided to go with the first one was Naruto. The Naruto world just sounds incredible. I would love to live in this world if I could be a ninja. I just think that would be really, really cool. Just running around, going on missions, using jutsu. It just seems like a really fun world to explore. Kishimoto did such a great job with this world that like it just keeps expanding, and the fact that even though the manga's done, there's still this huge franchise, and there are all these fillers and all these movies that are non-canon. It just shows how much you can explore this world, probably beyond what Kishimoto intended. Because you can just like there's so many probably hidden villages, so many different jutsus, and I just think that would be a lot of fun. The other answer that I had was Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it'd be a lot of fun to be able to play. Like I loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. I think it'd be a lot of fun to have like a real dual disc and have the monsters be real holograms. And I also have Yu-Gi-Oh GX because I just think going to a school where you get to play card games and play Yu-Gi-Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I was never really good at Yu-Gi-Oh, so I feel like maybe if I lived in this world, I could get better at the game. And I don't know, it just seems like a fun world where you don't fight. Like if you have a disagreement, you just say, well, let's play. Like let's play a card game. And sounds ridiculous, but I don't know. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, and I just think that would be a lot of fun to actually be able to play your Blue Eyes White Dragon and see the monster appear. Next question is most underrated series you own. I think I've answered this question before in another Manga Tag video, and I'm gonna mention this manga again, but Whistle. This is a 24-volume soccer manga by Daisuke Higuchi. I hope I pronounced that name right. So 24-volume soccer manga, really underrated. I love this manga. This is one of my probably one of my favorites, at least one of my favorite sports mangas of all time. It's also just right up there in terms of manga in general. Like I absolutely love this manga. The main character Shu, he is just an incredible character, and I just love this manga, and I think more people need to check this out. But the other manga I wanted to mention for underrated series is Ralgrad. This was illustrated by Takashi Obata, the same guy who did Death Note, Hikaru no Go, Bakuman, All You Need Is Kill. The list goes on and on for what he's illustrated. And this manga is beautifully illustrated. And honestly, like, it's only a 4-volume series, really short, and look, it's not that great, but I think it's better than most people give it credit for, and the ending is really, really good. I think I might have also had a review up of... Did I make a review of this on my channel? I might have. I don't even remember. But yeah, I highly encourage people to check this out, because for only 4 volumes, it's a fairly short read, and the art is beautiful, and the ending's really, really surprising, and I just think it's entertaining enough that people really should give it a chance. So Ralgrad's a really underrated series that I own. What's the next question? So this is question 8. What is a series that you don't own but you really want the most? There are a lot of series that I want, but I think the only one that, off the top of my head, that I really want that I don't own any volumes for is Pluto by Naoki Urasawa. I read the first volume. I've read, I think, the first few chapters after that. And it's a series that I usually read manga online before I buy them just to make sure like I'm not just like spending useless money. But I think this is a series that I can just go ahead and buy because I know I will like it so much. So yeah, Pluto's a series that I really want, and hopefully I can find the money and time to buy in the near future, because it's a short series, only 8-9 volumes if I'm correct, and it's also a classic series, and it just looks really good, and even just the part I read was really good. So question 9 is, do you have a manga with a favorite spine aesthetic? And I would have to say Buddha by Osamu Tezuka. And this is only 8 volumes, and I just love this the spines here. You can see the 3 different faces of, well, not 3 different faces, but like Buddha as he's young man to sort of middle age to become an older man. The only thing that I don't like about this, and it's kind of funny, is if you look at the 8th volume, if you pull it out, you can see it's just in there, which I find really amusing. But other than that, Buddha, I just love this sort of scrolling artwork, and came in a really nice box. I know that wasn't part of the question, but I just figured I'd show this off. Oops, upside down. But yeah, Buddha. I just love the spine work on there, and I know other manga series have sort of scrolling art, but Buddha's the only one I have, and I just really like it. So the final question is, unread series. Are there any unread series on your shelf that you are really looking forward to reading the most, or what is the series that you haven't read that you're looking forward to reading the most? I just, as I mentioned a little earlier in this video, I don't really buy manga that I haven't read already, so all the manga that I do own, I have read. Now, I did come up with some answers for this, and some series that I only have a few volumes of that I really want to read more of. One is 20th Century Boys by Naoki Urasawa. I have the first volume, and I've heard so many great things about this manga, so many great things about Naoki Urasawa, that this is a series I need to buy more of, and probably like Pluto, I think I'll like it that I can just sort of buy all of them without reading it online first. But yeah, this is a series that I really want to read, and it's really dense even in the first volume, so I'll probably have to reread this volume again. So yeah, and then the other answers I came up with was Blackjack by Osamu Tezuka. Again, I've only read this first volume. I think this is a 14-volume series? Not quite sure. It's not as complex as 20th Century Boys, but this is a really great series that I do want to find time and find money to buy more of, so Blackjack. And then the last series that I really want to read more of is Phoenix by Osamu Tezuka. It's a 12-volume series I have. This is volume 2, Tale of the Future, and this is volume 7, Civil War Part 1. I love Osamu Tezuka. Phoenix is supposed to be his life's work, and this series is really expensive and hard to find. I believe like the first volume is like $50 or $60, which I would totally buy, and I really want to find time to buy it, find time and money. But yeah, so this is another series that I really want to buy. I want to buy all of it, and I want to sit down and read it all through in order. Even though Phoenix is a series that you can just buy any volume and it will still make sense, because each volume is basically a individual story, and apparently when you read it all together, there's some sort of you can see connections through the whole thing, but you can basically jump into any volume and have a good time. So that is it for this tag video. Because I wasn't tagged, I'm not going to tag anybody else. If you see this and want to make a tag video, please let me know in the comments video, and I'll watch it, and I will have a link to your video, and I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. More art videos are on the way. I've not forgotten about all these Pokemon videos that you guys are looking for. But I just thought this would be another fun little video, and I do like making these manga videos because it is something that I'm passionate about. So please remember to subscribe and give this video a like.